Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to another Friday night live stream of the Georgia Shooter Connection. We got all the usual suspects. We got a guest, Mr. Ocean 374. I don't think we can call Scotsman a guest, although he is. I don't know. So kick it off, Chico.
Yes, guys and girls, thanks for joining us for another Friday night Georgia Shooting Connection live stream. As always, I'm always excited to be here and privileged to be here. So, sorry, had some feedback in my ear. And so, yeah, we're going to get in probably to some few topics. If anyone has some in the side chat, be happy to throw them out. Sometimes if you throw them out with a hammer, they stand out so that we can address those. But yeah, I'm excited and I'm ready. Brother Ocean's on the panel. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, and you?
Well, thank you for asking. All is well. Brother Kyle, how you been, brother?
Good evening, everybody. Been wet, to say the least. But yeah, been good. Been real busy at work, being the end of the month and everything. But as every Friday, glad to be here with you wonderful people, and looking forward to tonight's show. Back to you, Jamie.
Oh, all right. Let me tell y'all about my misadventures. New seafood restaurant opened up in town. It's called Bucket O Shrimp. Okay. And wife's like, I've been hearing good stuff about that. Of course, the reviews are off the charts. So I'll go get it and bring it home. So I go get this. I leave at 20 after 6. And it's like 4 or 5 miles away. I placed my order before 6:30. I got it at 7:25. So I'm just getting. Yeah, I was there for an hour. Hey, Sharonda.
Hello.
Glad you're here.
Me too. I'm glad to be here instead of at work.
I know. We missed you last week.
I missed y'all too, although I was sneaking in listening.
There you go, OCD. All right, so I'm fussing, right? I mean, I've waited an hour for my food. And I walk up to the thing, and I said, I've been here a solid hour. She's either going to give me my order right now, or she's going to put the refund back on my card, and I'm going to McDonald's. I got to be at home by 8 o'clock to be with you guys. All right, so I walk up there, and I said, my name's Jamie. Got to check on my order. I got some places to be. She said, it's ready. And I'm like, and I was all set to be really mad and mean, you know? And then she opens up this box, and we ordered a 20 shrimp basket. And these things, you guys saw them. I showed y'all some of them. They were massive, man. So, you know, don't complain with your mouth full, I guess. Anyway, how's y'all's week been?
Been good. Busy and a lot of health problems at the same time, but I'm doing good.
Okay, one thing we need to talk about while we're on here. Before we got started, we were talking a little bit about casting, and Chico was talking about how new molds are not very, you know. So Ocean got a brand new old stock mold for 44 today. So if y'all haven't seen his video, y'all need to go check that out because that is a sweet mold. Ocean, that's where you take off and start telling us about this new mold.
Yes, I have it right here. Let me grab it real quick. Yeah. So where we go? Here we go. You can see that. They say 429248 silhouette. And he has it here at $69.99. It was for $48, and this was on eBay. I'm the only one that bid it on this. And brand new, never been touched. 2 cavity. And Dave says this is a very nice mold.
That is very nice.
Very nice. Yeah, I ordered RCBS handles for it because I thought the lead will fit. So that should be in sometime this week, if not next week.
That mold is what now, Ocean? 429 what?
It's a 429240 silhouette.
Yeah, I know in your video you were saying the guy, it was like new old stock. So it was a new mold. He just
It's new old stock. I guess the guy had it on the shelf for a long time. And I guess he's just trying to get rid of it.
those are the best ones to buy.
Yeah.
Get a
They-
good
I
deal.
saw this and man, this was perfect because I've been looking for this mold for a while now, but no luck, So I gave up on it. Uncle Jim made that video, and I decided to peek around the internet again, and sure enough, there it was.
Now is yours a gas check? It's a gas check, right?
Yes, it is. It's also a gas check. Yes.
Yeah, it's a discontinued mold, and I've been looking. It's kind of hard to find. I'll just be looking. This is what I do, guys. When I buy molds, I make sure that my used price is not going to be close to the new price, if that makes sense. To make
Right.
sure, so I can tell you because that's a discontinued mold, you did get a good deal.
Yes, because I seen used molds, and they want the price of a new one,
That's
even
correct.
though they discontinue.
Yep. Everywhere I'm looking at, it's saying out of stock, discontinued. So
Yes.
Red Raider, we need to come get you, buddy. Have you called somebody?
Yes, I was crossing my fingers, keeping my eye on this constant. Make sure nobody takes it away.
I know. But when we're doing stuff like that, and Scotsman just has won a bid on a mold not too long ago. You just got to set your limit and
Right.
then don't go over it.
Mhm.
that's correct. You got to factor in the shipping too if it's shipping on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, thanks to Jamie and the Chico, I got me a 44. And this is a ideal mold. And yeah, it's used, but you know what? It's still in really good shape, and I'm looking forward to using this.
I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of it.
Yeah,
Lakeview, last week we had a moment of silence and a time of prayer for Mr. Holster's family. So, but I agree, Scotsman is rocking the hat.
I appreciate it. It fits really good too. It fits better than my actual hat that I bought years ago.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd wear white, but
Oh man,
I guess it goes okay with the beard.
It's not after Labor Day yet. You're okay.
what? That's pretty.
You're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day?
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, so this is my second mold. I purchased a Lyman Keith mold last year, a single cavity, also steel mold. And I've been looking for one for a long, long time. Because the Acura mold makes them, but it's not the same as the original design,
How do you like those single cavities, man? Give you a workout, don't it? It takes a
Oh
long
yeah, it's like you said earlier. Once you hit that sweet spot and it's nice and hot, even with a single cavity, you're gonna fly through before you know it. You
Yeah.
know, not even thinking about it. It was pretty quick. I thought it was gonna be an all-day chore, but it wasn't. It's quicker than aluminum mold.
Yeah, my first steel cavity I bought was the RCBS. It's a key style bullet. It's like a 201 for 45 ACP, and it was a used mold, but it was in good shape. And at first when I started casting, I'm like, this is taking too long. But as soon as I hit that sweet spot, that temperature zone, dang, bullets was dropping out. I'm like, it, and I got nice bullets out of doing it. So at first I was used to the Lee 6 cavity modes, because you get a lot of bullets for a couple hours. But yeah, I like the 2 cavities. Now I own like probably 3 or 4 steel cavity steel 2 cavity mode. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I always look around eBay. There's times that there's nothing there, and there's other times they're all over the place,
yep, that is you can find some good deals. You get a lot of people, and I'm on there a lot. You can get people that's getting out of reloading or something like that, or getting out of the hobby. And just like Jamie said, you set your goal. That's one thing. You set your goal. You say, look, I'm willing to spend $50 on this mode. If it goes over 50, I'm out. So but here's the trick, if no one knows on eBay. Don't set your max price when it still got 5 hours or 5 days left.
Exactly.
Wait until it gets to a minute. I'm gonna tell you what I do, and it's pretty risky. I wait till it hits 20 seconds.
Yeah, I have done the same.
That's exactly what I did. I followed Chico's rules. 20 seconds with this bad boy right here.
Exactly.
And
Set your max.
if you're not within the last 3 seconds is when I won it.
Yeah. No, I do the same way at the last minute.
Because a lot of people get on there and just set, their max, or no, what they'll do, they'll bid until they're winning, and you will get a notification. But eBay is like, some auction sites, they'll add 10 seconds to the auction. eBay don't do that,
Right.
But like I said, when you set that max, at 10 to 20 seconds, it's hard for somebody to come back and counter that bid. So
Right.
I get some pretty good deals like that.
Yep.
I got one I'm eyeballing on. I made a bid on it.
Yeah, and see, and that's the trick too. Say if it has 5 days, and say the starting bid was at $10, put your first bid in, because you'll get notifications at 5 minutes, 20 minutes before it ends, 14 minutes before it ends, and 5 minutes before it ends. So if you put at least one bid in there, and even if it says you've been outbid, don't worry about it. In 5 days, when it starts ticking down, you're gonna get those notifications.
Yep.
Yeah, I missed out on a 4 cavity mold that I was looking at and betting on, and and I screwed up. And here's where I screwed up, because I put my max price in, and I sat there for a second. I'm like, no, let's go down $5, and then we can always go back up if I got time. I should have left it where it was, because I would have won it if I left it where it was. I screwed up by taking them out.
Yep. And last tip, this is the last tip from Dirty South. Look, about eBay. If you put it on even numbers, most people think about even numbers. So you say, my max, I'm willing to spend $50. Say 53, because or 56, because people always does stuff in the even numbers. 5, 10, 15,
do something random.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Be as random as you can be.
Yep.
I'm looking at a set of dies for a project for someone else. It's not for me. So I actually have something sitting over here for someone else who wants to get into reloading. So I have that. I have 1 die on the way already, and I'm looking at a set of dies right now that I'm watching on eBay. So as soon as I can get those, and I hope I score those, there's no bids so far, and Sunday. So hopefully we'll score those, and then we can get this sent off to a very good brother in need of getting into reloading.
Yeah, there's another mold I've been looking for, a Lyman 429360. I spotted one yesterday, but it was rusted pretty bad, and they were asking for a lot of money also. Come on, that thing is a pile of rust. To polish that up is going to be a lot of work. But
How
yeah,
difficult is it to repolish those if they're super rusty?
say that again?
How difficult is it to repolish them? Just out of curiosity.
I never tried it. I know Charlie has done one, restored one, and he did a nice job, but it's a lot of work involved. And then if you got the bands, if the mold is pitted pretty bad, and then they're not driving bands, it's gonna look terrible also.
Mm.
Yeah, but most times. Oh, sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
Hold on, man. Y'all going so fast I can't keep up. See, Red Raider, if you wasn't sitting on the side of the road with a blowout, you wouldn't be mean like that. I'm just saying. I understand, brother. I do.
And I'm like, I never tell somebody the mold or the auction that I'm bidding on because I don't want to.
It's funny that last one that I was watching, I kid you not, people were bumping that price like crazy. I mean, like crazy.
Mm.
And I said, I'm going this high. That's my max. I'm not going over it. And then I was watching how the bids were going, and it got down to like 45 seconds, and I'm like, we can go $5 lower, and we should be okay. And I shouldn't have done it. I should have left it where it was at.
Mm.
Yeah, Uncle Jim makes a good point in the side chat. It's so you may not get one today, but people post them every day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I always look for time and time. Yep.
Yep, like every day.
Estate sales, people purchase estate sales. On the last one, I think I bid on, the guy said he purchased a whole estate sale and it was like nothing but reload and stuff. So
yeah,
you find some good deals. You just, if you're patient and look,
Mm-hmm.
And MCK made a good point. He said once they're gone, they're gone. So
exactly.
Surrender, the pictures are important on it, because you can zoom in on most eBay. When you click on it, you normally any good auction is going to have at least 3 pictures. If it's got one picture, it's suspect.
Yeah, especially if they got the hats closed, I won't even bother. I really want to see them open. I want to.
And that goes for things like Gunbroker too. If you don't have at least a good 4 or 5 pictures, I ain't even touching it.
Exactly.
Walk away from it. Don't look at it. Don't waste your money. You'll not be happy.
Okay.
The more pictures, the better.
Let me address Butterbean right here. The Lyman Big Dipper casting kit is how I started, man. It's a pretty decent kit. It's a ladle. You ladle up the lead out of the melting pot. It's not a bottom pour. You have to have a ladle, but the ladle comes with it. And that Lyman ladle is it's really worth having. You really need a Lyman ladle. Even you guys with the bottom pour pot. Sometimes there's just no there's no replacing that. I mean, say the power goes out or whatever, you can get a cast iron pot and you can still cast with it. And that, it seems like that Lyman ladle just kind of forces the lead down into that mold sometimes. If y'all never used a ladle, you really don't know. But me and Nathan and I both use a ladle sometimes just because if you got trouble with a mold, having trouble filling out, get you one of those ladles and it's like you turn a mold over on top of the ladle and then turn the whole thing over and that thing just goes down in there, man. And it's just really cool. And Andy makes a good point right here too. I've wondered that myself because you'll see a particular thing, item that you're bidding on, and you got like 3 people are watching. And
I'll tell you this, like the last one I was watching, the numbers and the names were so close together, it wasn't even funny. So I know they had at least one or two other accounts and were bidding it up themselves.
Yeah, and see, if you got 3 people are watching it, and you know you're one of them, and somebody's outbid your high bid, yeah, and like Scotsman says, pay attention to those names because they'll generally be close together.
Yeah.
Vanessa, I don't know, dear. I really don't.
Yeah, they do, but they don't. So here's one way you can check. I do a lot of purchasing on eBay. So if you see the people who's bidding, you can only see like the first letter and then it's blanked out, and you'll see the last letter. You can click on their, like especially after auctions in, you can click on their name or whatever their eBay account name. It will tell you. It will sort of tell you all the percentage of bids that they bid with that particular seller, if that makes sense. So, like, say if you click on them, and it'll show you like a spreadsheet sort of. It'll say this person, if it says this person bids 100% with this seller, they probably are the same seller. Or if it says 33% on this seller, I never really buy from the same seller. I just sometimes I get outbid on stuff, and like Uncle Jim said, it's many people selling molds out there. I've got them from Florida, I've got them from Montana, I got one from Minnesota. So yeah, but they kind of, and I used to sell stuff on eBay, but I kind of shied away from that. But they kind of frown upon it. If they find that you kind of like trying to cheat the system, they'll penalize you or suspend your account for X amount of days or something. But I wouldn't doubt that it happens.
Yeah, no, I sold in eBay 3 times, which is reloaded material, and that's how I got to buy my Hornady powder trickler, the electronic one, which now is in the garbage because it went bad. But I'll never replace it because it's too expensive,
Yeah, that last one I was watching, the names were literally as a name and the number, like 4 numbers at the end. The 4 numbers,
Well,
3
close.
different ones were one number apart.
Yeah, those are suspect then.
So to me, it was this guy's just constantly in mind. So I was really paying attention and watching.
All right, let me say something else to Butterbean. My kit came with the ladle, the melting pot. This right here book, which is invaluable. You really need to get, everybody that casts and loads needs this book. And it came with several tubes of bullet lube for a lubicizer.
And that's that ladle too on Jamie's book, what he's talking about.
This is the ladle. And you can see it's pretty jam up, man. I really like that ladle.
Yeah, it's ambidextrous. Did y'all know that?
Yes.
Yeah, and I have the same book thanks to someone, whichever way it is. He knows who he is. I appreciate that a lot too, because that has a lot of times, especially even if I'm not casting, if I have a lead bullet that I bought, I'm trying to find data on. That book's my go-to because it has the data versus some of the other books I have doesn't.
Yeah, it's got some good information. I totally agree that book. If you're gonna get into casting, this is how I think, and it's just facts. All of these. Why somebody give me crap about this? All of these, if y'all don't pay attention, they continue to rise in price. So get them sooner than later. If you plan on casting or reloading, get them as soon as you can. I've seen this one go up since I bought it. Let's just say that. So, but like the casting, if you're gonna get into casting, I would highly suggest probably getting that book because I don't. Who knows when
the other things I would suggest too, if you guys have an Amazon account, put it in your save for later.
Mm-hmm.
Don't purchase it. Put it in your save for later and watch the price.
Yep.
It will fluctuate.
Yep.
And when it hits that low, that's when you scoop it up. I do it all the time. I've done it for years.
Yep.
I play
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Amazon game like crazy. You
Yeah,
Yep.
that's how I
save
got
for
in,
later and just watch it fluctuate, and that's when you buy it.
yeah, that's why I got in a lot of the um gunsmithing tools on sale, like the torque wrench and all that stuff, through Amazon. Keep it there, and they send me an email saying I have a great deal for you that you can pass it down. I go look and it's perfect, and I purchase it right there. And they'll drop it a lot too. And they will say you got 5 minutes to purchase this or 2 minutes to purchase this, to decide. And you pass that time and you look at the price, it hikes right back up where it was.
Yep.
So I
That
did
is
a few deals that way. Like the RCBS Bench Prime, that's $100 on Amazon. And I had it in my save, and when they sent me the email, I got it for $40. So it's big chunk of savings.
I got an app that I linked to my Amazon and favorited some stuff. So regardless if it's in my cart or not, when it drops in price, it sends me a message to my phone and my watch, and all I do is hit it, and immediately I can go check out.
Yeah.
A message to your watch.
Yeah, I have Apple Watch.
Watches tell time.
And tell me about sales and price drops.
There is an app out there that you can link to your Amazon account, and whenever you put something in your cart, it will actually shop around to see if that's the best price. It checks. I don't know. There's like 6 or 8 different websites that it instantly checks and says, "No, don't buy that here.
Mm.
You need to buy it over here." I'm
Well, you'll
surprised
have to share that app.
Chico didn't design the app.
Yeah.
He's probably working on something though. He's
Yeah, I just
probably
use
got something in the back burner.
multiple sources of stuff.
It's going to be the dirty south, and it's going to be the dirty south.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and we dropped. Let me go ahead and shout everybody out before we drop about 6 more. Everyone, thanks for being here. Got Kyle Lust was the first one on my screen, it says. And we got Tacos and French Fries, Vanessa Kitty, Floyd Hicks, Thoughts of an Old Soldier, Lakeview Outdoors, Texas Outlaw Michael Signs, John Phaser, Big E's out there, Edward Petty, American Reloader, the Crazy Scotsman's on the panel, Uncle Jim, Blue Hiller 260, Red Raider Reloading, 6-Shooter Texan, Butterbean 05, Daniel God is my judge. Pink Shears is on the panel with us. Andy 79 Z28. MCK stopped by. He had to go back. See more. And Pony _ 47. Squatch Reloading. Hey, guys, if y'all don't know Squatch, y'all check him out. I believe very soon he may be thinking about casting. He got HMR Weapons Machinists. We got Ghost Riders out there. Hey, brother. Jerry 1911. Warsaw Patriot. Hey, brother. Lead Bullet Junkie. Chris 338. Got some more folks out there. I don't want to miss anyone. James Pollard's always out there. He sneaks in. Ocean 374 is on the panel with us. Let's see here. Fuzz T48 always shows up.
Tred's here. Did you say Tred?
No, I haven't got to him, but Tred's here. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Level Guns 50. Yep, I see Tred right now. Jamie's computer's faster than mine. And I want to say I believe that's it, but someone will hop in. And OCD Outdoors, James Pollard. So everyone, thanks for joining us. You know what? OCD Outdoors makes a good point. I haven't seen him lately either, but everyone goes through stuff. Sometimes need a break.
Yeah, that they've been getting those cameras working really well with that new antenna. Then, dang it. Oh, Warsaw was talking about. He had a question for you, Scotsman. Did you see it?
No, I'm sorry, I was gone for a second.
Sight Mark Ultra Shot Plus holographic sight.
So I've never actually shot with it, but I've sold plenty of them over the years. I've had zero issues, zero returns, and Sightmark does a really good job. Their customer service is really good, so I wouldn't hesitate to buy one.
What about that price? $90 on Amazon.
Yep. Yeah, your average is going to be between 90 and 120.
Well, I bought a scope a month or so ago. One of the ones that Kenny did a review on. Eagle. I bought a the CV Life scope. So I might need to do a review on that. Although that's been done, so maybe not.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do one on mine. I got the little, I think it's a 2x6. It's a little bitty guy, CV Life. I put it on top of my 300. It's got the red and green illuminated reticle, and it's also got a laser in it, which I haven't sighted in because I haven't needed to. The optic itself works great, and I've shot my 8.5-inch 300 blackout 250 yards by just dialing it in, and it works great. So
I got the one that's got the real nice turrets that you pop up. I think it's a 4x16 by 44. I got it over here somewhere. It's buried. Then I got
Chico, you fussing at Carter.
Man, it's like WrestleMania upstairs, man. Like he's jumping off the couch. I'm like, man, I think he about to come through the ceiling, man. I'm like, you need to stop all that for you go to bed.
Hey guys, if you haven't checked out Chico's video with Carter making food, go check it out.
That was awesome.
Pretty freaking awesome.
Appreciate it. He won't do it tonight. I said I don't have enough storage on my camera. I gotta clip some videos.
For all of you that don't know, he has an autistic son, and I'll tell you, Chico does an awesome job, and Carter is one heck of a kid. So
that video warmed my heart. I had to send Chico a text message. Said, "Dude, thanks for posting that. That was great. Now I'm hungry."
I appreciate
that.
Is
awesome, man. I said it before, and I've said it many, many times. There's a lot of videos that get posted that are 20, 30, minutes long. I don't watch all of them. I watch very few. I watch ones that I know are going to have good content and have good information. And I think Chico's was right around somewhere in that, 11 and a half or so.
11 minutes.
Somewhere in there.
And in my other video, me and him did with the M&M's vote, it was like in the summertime. It's about 10, 15 minutes.
And I watched that one too. And because it's good information and it's cool to watch the interaction with Chico and Carter and see how he's raising him, how he's working to deal with, I'm not going to call it disability because it's not a disability. You got to think about this. And this is one thing that really ticks me off. Guys, remember, disabilities are not disabilities unless you make it one. If you are able to do things and step up to the plate and be able to work around it, then it's not a disability.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Technically, in certain aspects, I can claim disability, but I never will. Because I can work around the issues that I have. And I work around them perfectly fine. I actually work around them better than I did when I had all my digits. So there's a lot of things that you can do that you don't realize you can do when you are technically in that disabled status.
I appreciate that, brother. Thanks, man. That warms my heart, man. That people enjoy that, or at least get a kick out of it, because he is a character, man. We had to stop eating out, man, because we gotta start cooking more often, man, because he can eat.
That was awesome, brother. We need more cooking videos for sure.
I'll tell you what, he likes his cheesesteaks just like I like mine. I was sitting there
Yes,
going,
sir. Jalapeno.
yeah, put it in there. All right.
Yeah.
I know that kid can eat. I've been to the varsity with him.
Yes.
I've been to the varsity and Wendy's and a couple other places where that boy
That boy put it down.
He don't eat no kid meals. He eat adult meals. Real combos and stuff. War style, yes. Hey, it's working fine, man. I think in the future I'm gonna start loading for that. But a lot of people know with the AK 76239, if it's in a semi-automatic format, configuration, it shoots that brass down range. So if you're at an indoor range, you can kiss your brass goodbye almost always. But it works good, man. But I am looking towards that a new rail for it.
Jerry, the problem with that idea is I'm shooting subsonic 230 grain cast lead powder coated bullets out of an 8.5-inch barrel at 250 yards. You have to dial it in. You'll be shooting it, as Jamie says, shooting it a leaf over the top of the bird.
Now, Chico, is there a way to adjust that like you do with an AR, not shooting it too far forward, have it shoot it more another direction?
You probably could if you can adjust the gas system on it, and I know there's ways to do it, but like the first time I went to the range, right? I'm like, I wasn't shooting and like looking for my brass, but I was just like, I heard it hitting the ground. I was like, okay, it's behind me. Man, I looked past that firing line, like my brass was like 10 foot out there. I was like, man. So, but if I go to an outdoor range, I can use my my steel case stuff. But if I go to an indoor range, they will not let me use that steel case stuff. And Uncle Jim, yeah, he's right too. It's hard on the brass. The ones I did recover, they're a little beat up, but that's typical.
I was going to say, Uncle Jim ain't wrong. Just buy that cheap Russian crap. You have to have a sardine can opener to shoot. You'll be fine. You can have plenty of fun. It's really cheap. Don't even worry about reloading.
It said the power recoil spring. Yeah. So I've got plenty of wolf ammo, the steel stuff.
So I got this other scope that a good buddy sent me. It's a 3x9x40, and it's got the adjustable objective lens on it. I got it on the 358 Eagle, and then this is the CV Life one. See, it even says CV Life right there. But what I like about this is these turrets, you pop them up and then turn them and then pop them back down. So that's more of a target tactical kind of scope than anything I've ever used because, man, I'm just a deer hunter. That's all.
Don't ever say just a deer hunter. Dude, it's people that hunt, especially if they take the time and actually learn it and do the work, there's a lot of work to that. So don't ever just say, I'm just a deer hunter. Because there's a lot of work involved.
The newbie here can definitely agree with that statement.
But not anymore, Scotsman. I mean, I got my stand picked out. I got them put up. I go out before the season starts. I make sure they're still sound and safe. And then I just go because I've already done all that work in times past. And And of course, you got to go do a little bit of scouting, just to make sure the deer ain't moved off. But
Well, there's a lot more to it. After you shoot the deer, you still got to process the deer. There's a lot to it, man. It's
That's
not.
that's why
Mm.
a lot of people rather go to the grocery store and not go through all that hard work. Okay, it is
Yeah.
a lot of work involved.
Squeezing the
And
trigger is the easy part. Dragging
Right.
200 pounds of dead weight up these Georgia mountains and valleys and all that stuff, just trying to get back to some flat ground so you can just sit down for a minute. That,
Yeah.
and then you get it up in the truck or whatever, and then you get it home, and that's when the real work begins. And you're
in a
not,
Exactly.
couple of weeks, I'm going
So,
shed hunting to be prepared, sort of, for next deer season. This will be my first shed hunt.
and the bad thing about it in Georgia is you're always in a hurry from the minute you pull the trigger until the minute you close the cooler.
Mm.
I mean, because it's not cold down here. It's really not. Even during deer season, it could be 70 degrees while you're processing this animal. It's not refrigerated naturally. So, you're always under the gun.
Right.
you
Right.
guys up north that say y'all can kill a deer and let it age for a week or two out in the barn with the skin still on it, that ain't happening in Georgia.
yeah.
You're lucky.
If you've never been to Georgia, and I have, and I spent my time there, it gets ridiculously hot and humid. And there's no way that deer is going to make it past a day. You gotta gut it and freeze it and get it all taken care of right then and there.
You got to process it and everything. If not, or if you're tired or you run out of daylight or whatever, if you're at camp, at least skin it, quarter it up, put it in the cooler, and pack it down with ice.
Mhm.
It will not last overnight.
And there's
So
exceptions.
again, don't ever say you're just a deer hunter because there's a lot of work.
You become a butcher, a car washer, a cooler cleaner, a cross country runner.
A surgeon, a chef.
Yep.
I remember the second one I killed, my hunting partner. First one, he said, "All right, have you ever done this before?" I said, "I have, but it's been a long time." And he said, "Well, I'm gonna do the first one, and you can do the second one." So he field dressed that first one. I watched and everything real close and everything. He killed one the next day, and I said, "You field dressed mine yesterday. I'm field dressing yours today." And he said, "Okay." And so I got down there, put my gloves on, got my knife out, and I started doing my business, and trying to be real careful not to mess up any of his meat or anything like that. Finally, he says, "Jamie, it's dead. You're not going to bring it back to life. Get it over with. Let's go." So, yeah. The morning I killed the biggest one I've ever killed, and I've showed y'all pictures of it. That morning I went out and climbed up in that stand. It was 22 degrees, and I about froze my bow hunkus off. And by the time I got that thing field dressed and into the back of the truck, it was 70 something degrees. And by the time we got it to the processor, we were walking around in short sleeve t-shirts. So it was probably nearly 80 that day.
Mm. You see, we don't do here deer hunt in a warm weather here. Our hunting season is from September, like mid-September, to the end of December.
Ours is mid-September to about mid-January.
Okay.
And you'll have some days, a cool day here during deer season, the high temperature will be 30, 35.
Mm.
That's a cool day. That's a cold day.
Right.
Most days during deer season around here, it's about 30 in the morning. The average day, I would say, be about 30 in the morning, and it'll get up to about 60, 65 in the afternoon.
Mm.
Wouldn't you agree, Chico?
Yeah, You know, in the morning it's brisk sometimes, but by like 8 o'clock to about 10 and noon, yeah, it warms up pretty. So our weather is so bipolar. Now you get a few seasons in one season.
Mm.
The problem is deer hunting in Georgia, when you're out there and it's like, say, between 25 and 35 degrees, and you're sitting in a tree stand and you got to be still and can't move, that's cold.
I one of the first times I ever went hunting was when I first moved to Ohio, and that was back in 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. The first time I got up in the stand with someone and they were helping me hunt and teaching me to hunt, it was probably about 10 or 15 degrees, and I shot my bow all year long. I mean, dead zero, no problem, 70 yards on the money. I get up there and I'm sitting there and I'm freezing my ass off. I can't stand up. I can't move. I'm literally so damn cold. I'm shaking my legs to keep my feet warm. And I go, I'm like, I should see if I can make sure I can throw my bow back. And I get this part, and I'm like, holy crap. It's a big difference. It makes a huge difference. If you're not used to it, you got to learn to deal with it and be able to handle that.
Mm.
I can do it now, no problem. But whenever you first get in that kind of situation, you're like, whoa. It gets like 20 times harder.
That's the weird thing. We're not that far apart, Scotsman, and we're in a hurry to get ours in the cooler. You're in a hurry to get yours out of the freezer.
Yeah.
It's weird. We're only what?
Ours is a natural freezer. Wow, look at that. Squatch is up here in Ohio. So we'll have to see if we can figure out where you're at, man, and get together.
Never tell the crazy Scotsman where you're from. Rule number 1.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this, man, and I'm going to do a video on this too, but if there's anyone out there that wants to meet up, that watches the channel, that watches us, that watches the Georgia Shooting Connection, calls any of us, and you're local or somewhere within, that 3-4 hour range, you want to meet up, let's make it happen.
Or if you're free in April, like the 18th and the 19th, you can meet a lot of people.
Yep, exactly. We have the Dead Zero shoot coming up in April as well, and I want to meet as many people as I can. You guys are my friends. You guys are my family.
Life's too short.
We've lost too many in the last few years. A lot of the videos I've done in the last 3 years have all been very sad and depressing, and it's not good.
I was glad you started reloading.
I want to make sure that going forward, I can meet as many people, my friends, my family as possible. Shake your hand, shoot with you, have fun, and let's make it happen. And then Squatch is in Columbus, dude. You're like 2 hours away, if that. So let's figure out a way, and we'll get together, man. We'll hook up and we'll get shooting.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. And Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider is literally 30 minutes up the road.
Oh yeah.
He's a cool dude, man. I like him.
Yeah, he's got my number, man. We got to get together at some point when the weather breaks.
So y'all need to, all you Ohio guys, y'all need to meet up and carpool down to Tennessee in April. That would be big time fun. Okay, they're talking about hunting caribou. I want we'll go around the panel and in the side chat. What is your dream hunt?
My dream hunt is in elk.
That's on my top 3.
I would like to go up to Maine and do a nice elk hunt.
Hmm.
I actually bought a rifle to go elk hunting, and at the last minute, there was a medical issue with one of the guy's wives that was actually the person driving. We were going to go to Colorado. We already had our licenses and everything, and she had a medical emergency, and we ended up not going because we were all friends, and we were like, well, we can't leave Dave. We got to stay here for Dave because his wife's having a problem. And we lost our money for the out of state license and the tags and stuff like that. But had a nice 25-06 that I let go for a song because I knew I'd never use it again. But I want an elk. I enjoy the tracking side of everything. I want to go to Alaska and get a moose. I want a I guess mountain elk from the western side of the United States. Let's see, you said top 3. I don't know. I think I'm going to go broke with the first 2, but a nice brown bear would be nice, but I don't think you can hunt those.
I'd probably say elk and a moose, but the last one has got to be a cougar, but with 2 legs. If you get,
I think that's what Uncle Jim.
There we go.
You trying to
There
find
you
you a
go.
reloading gun, shooting cat,
Chico's
sugar mama.
thinking with his mind and his money. I like it. I would have to say elk is number 1 on my list. Definitely number 1 on my list. Hogs and black bear.
Oh, you can hit black bear with your car because come down to Georgia. You don't need a license or anything. The state patrol will even take it away for you. You don't even have to pick it up. I would like to get a ram. I would like a ram. I've watched them things climb solid concrete walls 600 foot in the air and not slip. Like, I must learn from you. You have ninja skills. How do you do that? I'll go snipe hunting with you, Daniel. Not a problem. Hell, I'll buy the snipe.
yeah, bison sound cool too. Yeah,
Yeah,
never mind.
does.
Yeah, bison would be definitely that'd be pretty freaking cool.
Can you?
I would like to do that. See, I would like to challenge it doing that with a bow though. I wouldn't want to do it with a gun.
Can you
I
even
want to do it
throw
with a bow.
bison?
Yeah, can you get bison with a bow?
Well,
Well,
I
I
mean,
know
you've done it for hundreds of years. I'm sure you can do that, but I wonder if you can do it legally.
Yeah, probably certain states, and the tags are probably
Yeah,
outrageous.
there's certain areas. It ain't cheap, I'll tell you that.
Have you guys seen the news with that guy or gal shot that 800-pound black bear? I think it was with a bow. It set a world record.
Oh wait, was that a youth, like a young person?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Maybe like 8 or so. I thought I had saw something recently about some 8-year-old got a record. I just don't remember the animal.
Yeah, that was fascinating when I saw that.
That's cool, man. Yeah, that's badass right there.
Yeah.
I watched a video of somebody. I would never do this. Went bow hunting in Alaska for moose. And a cow came up and actually licked his broadhead. And he just had a chest GoPro mount on. And then here comes Papa around the corner. And he's like, and the cow moves over and turns away. And the bull's looking that way too, like they heard something over there. And he draws and he makes a perfect shot on the bull. The bull turns around, looks right at him, stomps twice, and charges him. And
Wow.
he's 30 yards away, 25 or 30 yards away. In 3 steps, the moose is on him. And he's just like, oh, crap, what do I do now? And he's just backpedaling as fast as he can. He trips and falls between 2 trees that luckily were strong enough to keep the bull moose from getting to him. The moose just rammed those 2 trees about 3 times and then fell over. And he was like, whew, whew. I'm telling you, that dude's got he's got a set that clanks. That's all I can say. I would never be in that situation. Or if I was in that situation, I would definitely have something at easy reach where I could make sure that bull wasn't going to get me. Yeah, I shot him with a bow, but I killed him with 9 rounds of a .454 Alaskan, you know.
Hey, Meg. Bye, Meg.
Bye, Meg.
Bye, Meg. Bye, Meg.
But yeah, I thought that was crazy. That was so stupid close for such a massive animal. Oh my God, it's like a short neck.
All right, I'm gonna give you mine in order, and they're more trips than I want trophies. Bighorn ram, you know, all around. Trophy bighorn up in the mountains, that kind of stuff. At least a 4x4 elk, big, huge antlers, you know, a lot of meat. And then South Dakota or Montana or maybe even Canada white-tailed deer hunt. Because I'm going to tell you guys, all these animals that you hunt, and Daniel will agree, matching wits with a mature white-tailed buck can be very challenging.
The problem is when you're trying to stalk one and he's a lot smarter than you are and you don't know it yet.
Well, he's smarter than you because you're in his living room.
Right.
And now if he was in your living room, you'd be a lot smarter than him, but he ain't coming to your living room.
That's the number one thing that people don't think about. You're going in their territory. You're going in their house.
It's like everybody complaining about we need to do away with sharks because of all of these shark attacks. And I'm like, I promise you, if a ribeye goes bumping across my living room, I'm going after that son.
Exactly.
Well, and you know, here's the problem with a lot of these shark attacks too. Is a lot of these are caused by the people themselves.
Right. Exactly. It's not the shark's fault. They're just there because
it's just like pit bulls, for example. Pit bull attacks, 99% of pit bull attacks are because people do something they shouldn't do.
Yep. Well, look at it this way. Let's say you're walking downtown. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. You're just strolling down the sidewalk, and you look over, and the butcher shop door has been unlocked. Are you going to go in the butcher shop? Maybe. I mean, I'll leave a note on it saying, hey, Mike, I owe you for this, but you left the door unlocked, so I locked it on my way out, but I took this and this and this. You're going to go in the butcher shop. Ain't nobody on this panel going to say they won't. I'm just going to do the right thing and leave a note.
And I've been to his butcher shop, and his butcher shop is good, and it's I would walk in there gladly and take what I wanted and leave a note and say I'll pay you later.
Yep. I forgot about the alligator tail. My bad.
Yeah, and Chico's been there too, and Chico grabs a good amount of stuff too.
Yeah, I like real butcher shops. They're hard to come by.
Really hard to come by.
I've got a great location to my house. It's a great location, very knowledgeable, very helpful people. And you can tell them what you want to do, and they'll go, no, that's not what you want. This is what you want to do. And I'm going to cut it this way. And if you cut it this way, because that's not cut the way for what you want to do, I'll cut it this way. It'll be a lot more tender, and you grill it. Don't smoke it, because smoking it will make it rough or tough. Just grill it real quick. Just flash sear it. And I was like, okay. I'll take it.
We have a butcher here about 10 minutes away from here, and it's family run, and that's the only one that I know of in the area. Has been there for years. But they all disappear. There's none left.
Yeah, they're being replaced by big retail chains and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's prepackaged. Years ago, I worked at Walmart in their meat department, and everything came packaged. Like, what kind of shit? I'm coming for the money. What y'all talking about?
Exactly. Those guys in the back separating it. Those guys
They good. And I think when I went, it was right when they changed their process or whatever. So they started prepackaging stuff. I come to get paid. Now this stuff is
Well,
And that's the thing, support your local. Always support your local when you can.
well, the thing about it is, OCD, I saw that my boss is on a barbecue traveling competition team, and they'll go and get, they'll stop by Costco. Oh, Costco's got their baby backs on sale for I don't know, $2.99 a pound or whatever. So they'll go load up on that, and we went camping, and the whole barbecue team came camping with us. And I showed up with a cooler from the barbecue or from the butcher shop, and he goes, "Man, that's the best brisket we've ever made. Those ribs are phenomenal." And ever since then, Kevin's been calling me, going, "Hey, what's Mike got a deal on? We got cooking at the Q this weekend, and we need some meat. What are you looking for? I don't know, 60 pounds of pork butts, And I'll call a deal, and it ain't always about the price, because I tell you what, you can't knock the hot dogs at the butcher shop. They're all beef, certified Angus beef hot dogs, none of that crap in them, and them babies are good, ain't they, Scott?
Yep.
There's John's hand loading. Good to see you, brother.
Evening, sir.
Okay, we got to get Sharonda's top 3 hunts.
Okay, so when I retire, because that's going to cost some money, I want to go on a safari hunt. Don't care what it is, because you're guaranteed to get something. My next one, because I don't know if some of you guys realize, I like shooting at things that move. So one of the things that was on my list was an all-girls crane hunt. That's happening in October.
All you have to do is go to downtown Atlanta. Hell, they're just standing there.
Kind of in Kansas City, Missouri, though.
Oh, wrong crane. My bad, wrong crane.
Yeah, wrong crane. And I think I do want to go on an elk or a moose hunt. I haven't decided yet.
I'll tell you this: between elk and moose, you want elk.
Want elk? Okay.
Elk is probably the best meat I've ever eaten in my life.
But moose is a crap ton more of it.
Yeah.
And moose is not bad. I've had elk, moose. Both of them are good. Elk is better, but you get you a good moose, and you'll have an extra 400 pounds over that elk. Easy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm thinking about that moose, though, is how the hell am I going to get that back home?
I'm all about the taste, man, and it's got it for me. It would be elk. I'm not worried about the extra 400 pounds of meat. I got a couple 100 pounds out of an elk. I'm good to go.
Thing about it is, if you don't have a couple of close friends with a freezer, what are you going to do with that extra 400 pounds of meat?
Exactly. You're screwed. You're screwed. Big
Can
time.
I just go on record to say, do y'all know how excited I am to finally have an all-girl hunting squad?
And y'all are killing it.
Yes, we literally are.
And whenever you do cook that elk, make sure it's medium rare or rare.
I only eat red meat when I eat it medium.
Medium rare or rare? I ate mine rare, and I tell you, it was the most juiciest thing I ever ate in my life.
Back off just a hair from medium and see what you think of that. And then back off a hair from that. And that's going to be your steak right there.
Well, if I get one, I'll be able to try all of the above. Because I don't know about you guys, since these are all my first hunts, but what I've been doing lately is whatever I get, we'll go store-bought too. And so we'll cook the wild and we'll cook the store-bought, and then we'll have a little family taste testing
There
to
you
see
go.
if we can tell the difference. So
I would have said a safari as well because I would love to do that, but I'm thinking in reality, I can probably go elk hunt. I can probably find a deal. I'll pull a Chico, go ahead and book my flight 20 years from now and go to Alaska and meet up with my cousin that lives up there, and we'll go moose hunting. And I can always go ram hunting. You can do that in Colorado. So,
Well, notice I
or
said retirement. Then I can dip into that 401k.
if there's any left of it,
Well, yeah, that's true too.
the media is drumming this coronavirus up. I don't know if there's going to be any 401k left for anybody.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I learned how to hunt at the right time.
Yeah. I ain't no worse off than when I started, but I ain't as good off as I was last Friday. It's all a roller coaster. Just buckle up, shut up, and put your hands up and enjoy it.
It's this simple, Kyle, and you know this, brother, and Willie's out there too. It's this simple. Ranger up.
Well, okay, you got to have funds to ranger up sometimes. What am I supposed to do? Go to Wall Street and say,
You do what you got to do, brother, but you ranger up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is the thing. I got friends that say deer is gamey and tough, and I'm like, what are you doing with it after you shoot it?
Yeah,
Well,
because
that's it. It depends. There's a lot of factors come into that. Number one, how you store it. Number two, how you cook it. And number three, how you season it, how you prepare it, all of that stuff.
It all goes into how to cook it. You name the top two things right there.
because I have deer and it's delicious. Never find it gamey or anything. It's perfect.
Well,
Just bow at night at your local zoo.
And you know, it's funny Daniel says that. I actually almost did that a couple of times.
Yeah, no shit, Will. I mean, no crap, Willie. You
Um,
spot on.
2013 was an odd year, and it was came close a couple of times to where I went to the zoo.
Well, can
Was
I
it
throw
hot?
something oddball out there? I've had other people's deer meat before I went and got my own, and I actually don't mind the gamey per se. I'm not sure if it's gamey. I think I like, depending on what the deer ate, depends on how the meat tastes to me. So some of that gamey, I don't mind. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it kind of does depend on what they eat too. But the biggest thing is how you prepare it, how you store it, and how you cook it.
Yeah, and
I'm
I've
telling
had where like smelling it, I was like, I don't think I want this.
a night's visit in a bath of buttermilk will make almost anything taste better. Just put it in a bowl full of buttermilk, let it sit in the fridge overnight, and then cook it the next day like you were going to. Just season it like normal and all that stuff. You can even rinse the buttermilk off.
I do the same thing with the turkey. I mean, the turkey has this little funny smell to it, you know. And when I do, I just brine it. Sit it there for 2 days, rinse it off, and the smell is gone. It even tastes better when it's brined.
Yeah, stick the brick on a turkey and sit it in a 5-gallon bucket. There you go.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys I was going on a turkey hunt and I'm kind of optimistic?
Yeah, I got the same thing. I got two sizes. I got the big one and the smaller one.
Oh man, they had these at, what is it?
That's
Bed Bath and Beyond. Marked them down to $8.
They had turkey briners at Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, that's the Beyond part.
Yeah, I got mine from the
You have to
sausage.
don a gas mask and go in there one day.
And keep in mind, look, this is a tip. Keep in mind, if she's got it at her Bed Bath and Beyond on clearance, that's because deer season is over. It's probably gonna be at your Bed Bath Beyond on clearance.
I mean, get your butt up off your seat after the show. After the show, wait till the show's over, and then go buy one.
Oh wait, there's more. get your wives 20% off coupon too. You get an extra additional 20% off.
But see, to find stuff like that, you have to be able to make it to the back of the store, and I just can't do that. And all that's Bath and Body Works. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not
Wrong
at the
store.
back. You know, their marketing strategy is the kitchen stuff is always at the front of the store because they know that's where men are going to stop.
Yeah,
Everything else is in the back.
You're Bed Bath and Beyond. I'm thinking Bath and Body Works. My bad.
No, yeah, no, that's a smell good place.
See that?
Okay, this is it right here.
We're gonna have to ask Preacher about the groundhog.
Groundhog?
Lakeview kind of nailed it right there. It ain't so much. It's more of the aging of the meat.
And that's true, but we can't.
Getting all the fat out.
That's why there's so many deer coolers down here. I mean, everywhere you look, deer cooler, deer cooler, deer cooler.
And I think Daniel made a good point too, talking about the fat, because my coworker's a big hunter, and he tells me that all the time. He say, you know, it's the fat that makes people's, and you know what? It could be that people's not used to wild game.
And that's it too. That's another big factor too. A lot of people are so used to eating store-bought meat that they don't expect that taste.
They're trying to wild game.
And when they get the slight hint of it, they're like, ugh.
Right. When they get the meat that has no growth hormones, nothing in, it's all pure.
Here's the thing. Like, I've been lucky enough to eat with Daniel many times, and he's been kind enough to let me have a lot of his deer meat. And the man can cook, and the food is good. The deer is good. And if you know what you're doing, how to cut it up, store it, prepare it, you're good to go.
I'm a real big fan of our local butcher shop. I really am. Scotsman and Chico can both attest to it because they know me by name. They know what I want. If I go to somebody's house for a cookout, you know, we're having steaks or whatever, cool. I show up, I bring sides or whatever they ask me to bring, and we start eating. I'm like, and it's a ribeye or even a fillet from like Walmart or Kroger or Ingles or something. You know, your normal stores that are known for having good meat. It tastes funny to me because all the meat at my butcher shop is grain-fed, grass-fed, hormone-free, you know, all this, that, and the other. And then you take a bite of something else, and wow, that just tastes weird.
Yeah, and I have food allergies, so I can't eat a lot of that meat that's prepackaged and bought because the food coloring and that preserve pack they have, and I think I'm allergic to something in there. So we have to special order my meat.
Well, what they
taste right
is they inject some kind of nitrogen infused gas or something into the meat that makes it nice and fluffy, and that's what makes it red, even though that shit's 3.5 weeks old sitting in that case. It's beautiful red, and it's to sell you on something.
Right. Visual appearance, yeah. The nitrates and all of that is, you're right.
It's some kind of gas. They were telling me at the butcher shop.
Yeah.
I said,
and it's probably all of the preservatives that are making you sick, Sharon.
Yeah.
Those preservatives they're not good for you whatsoever.
Mad Max Gus is on to me. He knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be a fat vegetarian, so I'm kind of glad I started hunting.
Yeah,
right?
You gotta, honestly, the more you can feed for yourself, the better. You know, even if you don't want to hunt fish, go fish.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm learning to fish too. That was last week's adventure.
Nice fresh fish, and it's all good for you. You know,
I never buy fish at the supermarket. I always rather go fish it, but it's a big difference.
Yep.
You know, they say go to the fish market, pick up its gills and smell the gills. It should not stink at all. If it stinks,
smell like a fish.
If it stinks, throw it back or it's dead, huh?
Yeah. Don't eat it. Don't buy it, actually.
Yeah, if it's exactly just like Julio said, if it's got that fishy smell to it, It's been sitting there way too long. Walk away. Walk away.
And most of the time, if you're inland from the coast, more than about 150 miles, you don't want to buy your fish at Kroger or anything like that anyway. You'd actually get off better buying the frozen fish out of the freezer section. Would actually be fresher than what they have on the counter.
I wouldn't actually mind taking a stab at bow fishing eventually.
And bow fishing is really good too. And it's an art form. I'll say this: it's an art form. I've not personally done it myself. I was given a bow to where I can do it. I just haven't done it yet.
It teaches you how to read the water and what's underneath it, because
you really got to pay attention, because it's not like you're aiming at something that is sitting still like a deer. Like you can stop the deer when you go meh, and the deer stops in front of you. You can't do that with the fish. The fish is constantly moving, and you got to trail that fish and then pull the trigger and hope you hit it.
And you got to aim
I
correct.
don't even own a bow yet, so I got
where you see the fish. You're not going to hit the fish.
Hey, Uncle John, glad you're here, bud. Back to what we were talking about a while ago. What I do with mine is I get all the fat and all the silver skin off of it, even if I have to tie a hind quarter back together. And when I'm marinating it before I put it on the smoker, I'll use butcher twine and tie it all back together and make one big thing out of it. But I let mine age in a cooler for at least 4 days before I process it and put it in the freezer. And then I vacuum seal it. And when I get done with a hind quarter and I get some of my buddies' competition barbecue sauce to go on the smoked meat, my family can't tell it's not beef. When I take a hind quarter to Christmas or Thanksgiving, and I try to take one to each, man, they can't tell. There's none left. None of it comes back home with me. I have to leave me a hunk at home if I want any. And
that's a great feeling too, isn't it?
It's a good feeling in a way. And then you find it in the trash can where they've put big old slabs of your smoked deer on kids' plates and the kids didn't touch it. And then you're like, don't waste that. Y'all know how much work goes into that? And the work is, you got to have pride in what you're putting on somebody's table. That's where I'm at. I just really take pride in what I do.
I knew that I did good work when I was, 14 or 15, and we were having Thanksgiving. And my grandmother, my dad's mother, was over here. And I've been smoking this deer hind quarter all night. I stayed up. I took care of the turkey, and I was like, Dad, I got it. I'll take care of this. I got it. And sat the turkey over here and the hind quarter over here. And she goes, What's that? What's that right there? I said, It's meat. And she goes, I'll take some. I gave her some. And she goes, Man, that's good. Oh, that's great. Give me some more of that. Give me some more. That's just fantastic. And Dad looks at me and goes, That's pretty good deer, son. And my grandmother drops her knife and fork and goes, Is this Bambi? She was like, I can't believe I'm eating Bambi, but it was good, but I ain't going to eat anymore. Do you want the rest of it?
I was slicing up one of my hind quarters at Thanksgiving one year, and I looked at my sister. I said, "Ain't that pretty?" She said, "Yeah, that's pretty." I said, "It just pays. It's just worth it to pay the extra money and get the sirloin instead of the round end." She says, "It sure is." And before my grandmother passed away, this was probably 2010. She was getting very tired at that point. I'd smoked a turkey, and I used this certain marinade that always works real well. It's equal parts of molasses and soy sauce. Next time y'all smoke a turkey, try some of that.
Now, if I kill it, somebody else cooking it. I did all
Well,
the work.
No. See that's where you're going wrong.
No,
Yeah,
That's
I'm just kidding. Just
that's
I
kidding.
gotta stop you. You're going wrong. You kill it, you gotta prepare it. You can't do that.
Just kidding. But I live with a chef though, so
okay.
But
Well,
even
let's finish
so,
the story here.
even if you do, you still got to be a part of the process. You can't just let him do it all. You got to help with the process.
I killed it.
So,
Kidding.
uh,
I'm sorry, Jamie.
um, so I've smoked this turkey all night, right? And I mean, the joints are just so tender and everything. And I used that particular marinade, which is great for smoking turkey meat. It keeps the juice in, and molasses and the soy sauce. And my grandmother looked at it and says, "What's the matter with that? Uh, what's the matter with that turkey? It's black. Did you burn it?" And I said, "No, grandmother, it's smoked." And she says, "Well, I'm not eating any black meat like that." And of course, it was just black. The skin was all it was black. You slice into it, and about an inch down in there, it's got that beautiful pink smoke ring in there. I mean, it was perfect. And she says, "Y'all," she says, "I'm just not eating it." And everybody was talking about how good it was. And finally, she took a bite, and all you could hear her say was, "Oh, Jamie," like that. And man, she went to town on that. That's one of the best feelings I've ever had. So, yeah, Butterbean, you're in Cherokee County.
Cherokee County ain't that far, man. Hell, that's where I was for the longest time.
Cherokee County don't go to the state line though.
He's in Alabama.
Huh?
That's Center, Cedar Bluff, and Leesburg.
Oh, it ain't that far.
Yeah, it's still not that far.
There's my
Even the other
buddy.
Cherokee County be ain't that far.
There's Jeremy Gunslinger. I got some news from him last night. I got to call you back, buddy. I'll call you after we get off here.
It's been a minute since I've seen Jeremy.
Yeah, he's got some news. I'll let him decide if he's going to tell y'all or not.
Hey, Uncle John, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Yeah, Butterbean, if you kill it and you cook it, I'll eat it. I ain't messing with no rattlesnake. I just ain't. Man,
It's all fun once you get the head off of it, man.
I'll eat snakes as long as it's dead. I ain't touching the damn thing if it's alive.
that's right. Now,
I'll,
you get it.
I'll tell you, I'll have something that's gonna be in this that will be taking care of that damn snake.
I'm not a fan of snakes till they're dead.
Yep. If it's dead, I'm all good. If it's alive,
Oh,
We
man.
were. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When me and Lisa started dating seriously, their pet, one of their pets was a ball boa, a ball constrictor. She would sit there in the living room with this snake wrapped around her arm, petting it like a cat. And I'm like, golly, you're crazy, woman. And you know what? I married her anyway. What's that?
I dated a girl back. Oh hell, I don't even know how many years now. 20 years. Damn, a long time ago. And she
You
had,
ain't had oh, shut up.
kid you not, she had a python, and the python was probably at least 6 feet long, so almost as tall as me, and a good solid 3/4 of a foot wide. And I didn't know it when I first started dating her, and I walk into her bedroom, sit down with her, and she's like,
And then you felt real inadequate.
no. She points to the case, and I look at this glass case, and I look at it, and I'm like, as long as that thing stays in there, I'm good. But the minute it comes out of there, I'm out. Nope, not doing it. She tried her hardest to be able to get me to be comfortable with the snake, and she took it out. She had it sitting there right in front of me to where she wanted me to pat it. I'm not kidding. This girl was smoking hot. I walked out and said, "Nope, I'm done. I don't care how hot you are. Not doing this."
Oh, now we're Earthlings?
Yeah, there's Tin Man. What's going on, bud? And everybody say hello to Mrs. Gunslinger. Hey, Miss Gunslinger.
Hey, Miss Gunslinger.
Hi, Miss Gunslinger.
Ah, hello, congratulations.
It's Gunslinger. The Gunslingers. How about that?
Oh, is this the gentleman that just got married recently?
Yeah.
Congrats.
How long y'all been married, Jeremy?
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, Sharona, have you ever had gator tail?
I don't know. So here's the thing. I have some friends that are from Laos in Vietnam, and I eat at their house a lot. And the deal is I have a list of things that are a hard no. And I tell them whatever I eat, they cannot tell me what it is because if it doesn't sound right, I'm not going to eat it. So I'm not sure if I've ate gator yet. Does that make sense?
Gator's good.
Okay.
Gator tail.
Gator's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing. If I'm gonna eat something strange, it looks good. Don't tell me what it is.
Yeah,
Let me try it, enjoy it. Once I have enjoyed it, then let me know what it is. You know.
Well,
exactly.
what
But
we started is kind of like what the preacher's doing. We went to a wild game supper at the church when I was young. And kryptonite, yeah. We went to a wild game dinner at the church, and everybody's just tasting this, tasting that, and I kept getting up and going back for more. And my dad was a deacon, and I know it sounds weird. One of the other deacons, they were talking, and he goes, "Your son really likes that." Well, yeah. He goes, "Well, that's alligator." I'm like, "Okay, well, I like that too." He goes, "That's snake. That's rattlesnake." Okay. I think they had raccoon. There was alligator. I mean, we did this every year for a lot of years. But yeah, that's the first time I ever had gator, and I went back for like thirds. Yeah, I mean, it's very good. It tastes like wiry chicken. If that makes sense. I
Crab.
don't know what it is that it tastes like chicken. It tastes like wiry. It's like duck. Tastes like a greasy chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do.
Um,
The best chicken I ever had.
yeah. I mean, it's very good. You won't be disappointed. Stop by. I know you got a local butcher shop somewhere around there because they ain't gonna sell it at Kroger, but they'll have farm raised alligator tail.
Oh, we don't even have a Kroger here.
Well, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whatever your store of choice is, you've never seen an alligator tail, so seek out a butcher shop. They'll probably have one in the back in the freezer.
Okay.
And talk with the butcher, and he'll tell you what to do. It's going to involve butter. Woot, woot, woot. But
Anything with butter is good.
I'm telling you, he'll talk you through it, and you and your family will not be disappointed.
To date, I think the weirdest, well, I guess it's not weird. The newest thing I've ate is ram.
How was it?
And it tastes like meat. It was good the way they cooked it. I mean, if he hadn't told me it was ram, I wouldn't have thought anything of it.
Oh, you mean it tastes like beef?
Yeah, it tasted like beef.
Okay.
I think for me, everything could be delicious if it's prepared right and cooked right.
Ooh, gator tacos. That does sound good, Jim. That does sound good.
So you could take a delicious cut of meat and you could ruin it. That thing will taste horrible.
Yep. I know people that can take a pile of horse manure and make you think it's a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, that's a hard no for me.
And then I know people, hang on. And I know people that can take filet mignon and make you think it's horse manure.
Mm-hmm.
I've met both spectrums, and I'm a fan of one, not the other. I'd rather eat a pile of dog shit and think it was a filet mignon than eat a filet mignon and think it's a pile of dog shit.
I would really like to go to a restaurant and place a to-go order and be out of there in 15 minutes.
Oh no, I think I really never timed it, but I think you spent in a restaurant a little more than an hour. Look what time.
And they didn't even eat there, though. But they didn't eat there.
Oh, they didn't.
No, he ordered it to go, and he was there for an hour.
Oh wow.
Well, it's a new restaurant in the town where he's at. How many seafood restaurants up there, Jamie? Besides Captain
Ain't none.
What is your definition of a seafood restaurant?
It ain't cat cheese, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
you gotta think, something like that's gonna have a huge crowd waiting. I probably wouldn't have went when they first opened because they still trying to work all the bugs out. I think.
I hear what you're saying, buddy, but they've been there 2 months.
Oh no, that's not new at all. Then I
No, that's not.
Yeah,
I thought you said they just opened. That's why I was like, oh.
And typically, what happens is, we've talked nothing about reloading tonight, but typically, what happens in a new restaurant is they hire gobs of people, and they come in and attrition sorts them out. The restaurant business is either for you or it's not. There's no middle ground, and so they take really good care of their customers because they got all this manpower, and then 6 months down the road, they've settled in and they're taking care of everybody, and they got people that can do the work, and all the ones that can't are gone. So a couple of things I can recommend to y'all is crawfish etouffee is to die for. Shrimp and grits is great. Anything crawfish is good. I'm just telling.
Dang, Jamie. Are you talking about this one restaurant or?
I'm talking about in general. Period.
Oh yeah. I'm down with that. I was going to say if you're that confident in that restaurant, me and Angel might have to head up there one evening and have dinner with you and Lisa.
Well, that would be a good thing to do, but we'll wait till it warms up a little bit because they have no seating area inside. It's all outside.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. I got you.
So what were you saying,
crawfish?
Say that again.
One thing I never tried is actually crawfish. I never tried.
What? Oh my goodness. Crawfish. Yeah.
So Julio ain't familiar with the mud bugs.
Whoa. And it's gonna sound weird if you ever do eat some, but you gotta snap that head in.
Anything fish, you gotta eat
the brain out of there too.
Yeah,
fish is
see a lot
awesome.
of YouTube videos how they do it. They open a new restaurant. It's been up for a few months. I have not tried it yet, and they advertise in a big billboard, and they do a crawfish there now.
Yeah, you gotta do crawfish, you gotta do octopus, you gotta do squid, you gotta do all of that, man.
Oh man, you talk about funny. I took my kids out to eat one time, and I ordered the Calipari for appetizer. And yeah, that blew their wig. They were like, "Why are these onion rings so chewy?" And I'm like, and
Oh.
why are you dipping
They
them?
ain't onion rings.
Why are you putting them in cocktail sauce? And I'm like, that's squid. And they're like, oh no.
Squid is awesome.
I meant to tell you, fine people.
I
Tomorrow morning,
love sushi. I love sushi. If you guys have never had sushi or you're kind of weary about sushi, just try it. Honestly,
I did. I have tried it. The one I like is the California roll. I think they're called.
well,
Yeah.
that's not the veggies. The
Yeah,
California
that's just veggie, man. You gotta actually have some fish in there.
go with
I
a
love sushi. I can eat
go with a
sushi
spicy
all
salmon,
day long.
spicy tuna.
All right,
Spicy-
listen.
Spicy tuna.
When both of y'all are talking at the same time, can't nobody understand either one of you. So y'all gonna have to jockey for position, or we're gonna have to raise our hands, or something.
We'll treat it like the Democratic debate. What I was going to tell you, fine people, is I've tried my hand at homemade bacon. I've had a pork belly marinating for 4 days. I rinsed all the thanks to my buddy Kent Rollins. He gave me this recipe. Rinsed all the seasoning off, smoked it last night until an internal temperature of 140 degrees. It's been in the fridge ever since. I'm slicing it, and we're having that stuff for breakfast, and there's about 12 pounds of it. So we're going to have us a nice bacon biscuit breakfast, and then my parents are coming down. My buddy's parents are in town from Illinois. We're going to have bacon cheeseburgers, and I'm putting the rest in the freezer, except for a little bit set aside for me.
You're not sharing it with us, so nobody cares.
Ooh,
I think that was a drop kick.
She just Hadoukened me right to my face.
That was a drop kick and a mic drop.
yeah, that's
It was a double-edged drop.
Man, that was sounding pretty good. I'm kind of like hoping you get indigestion after you eat all that.
Well, I was going to share the recipe with Chico. Take you a brisket. It was applesauce, maple syrup, coarse ground pepper, sea salt. It's some of Kent Rollins. See, do you watch Kent Rollins?
I have.
The cowboy cook.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to check out that homemade bacon recipe because I'm sure it'll work great. Because my buddy Demetrius at work, he was like, "Will that work for brisket?" I said, "Yeah, man, it'll work for brisket." He goes, "Because you had me at applesauce, maple syrup, and pepper and salt." But there's a couple of more ingredients in the brine that and he said the key is, he said when he was growing up, he would go to these. They'd have what they called hog killings. And he said this old man come up to him because they're using everything, you know. He goes, "We use everything, even a squeal." And they were making bacon and everything. And he goes, "I remember this recipe. And I want to share it with you." So if y'all ain't familiar with Kent Rollins, if you're into cast iron cooking or outdoor cooking stuff like that, he's a good Dutch oven guy. I mean, it's very interesting to watch, and he's got some
He's got a lot of great recipes there.
Yeah, and he's got some very beautiful dogs.
yeah, Junkie. I knew somebody was going to take it there. Anyway, Scotsman, you'll have next time you're in town, I'll introduce you to my daughter and her new husband, new boyfriend, whatever he is, and y'all have to go eat sushi together. She loves that stuff. I'm like, if it's not cooked, it's bait.
My
No.
mother,
Well, no, man. See, the next time I'm in town, you always talk about shrimp and grits. I honestly, I've never tried it. I'm open, so we'll do the shrimp and grits.
I'll find us a good recipe.
Scotsman, I eat sushi on a regular basis, probably about 3 to 4 times a month.
Me too.
I could literally eat it every day. I could eat it.
With chopsticks.
I could live off of it.
Go ahead, Chico.
I was gonna say me too, and I messed up, and Carter likes it. And here's the part about it. The guy told me when I first started eating sushi, he said, "You want to know whenever you got some good sushi?" I'm like, "Nah, how you know?" He said, "You start running out of money." I'm telling you, and then Carter
I
likes
got one.
messed up.
We got one down the road from me, and they have specials every Tuesday. I wish they had it every day because I seriously, I could eat sushi every damn day. I could live off sushi. I would eat nothing else.
I was so lucky in Vegas. The girl I was seeing at the time, she knew of a place, and she goes, "If we go at this time on this day, it's all you can eat, no matter what it is, whether it's yellowtail, yellowfin, salmon, tuna. It doesn't matter. It's all you can eat for this much money." I'm like, "What?" So we went over there, and I was like, "Damn, this is good." But yeah, Jamie. Next time, if you take Lisa to a Japanese restaurant or something like that, and they offer sushi, just order a. Do y'all like spicy food?
I do sometimes. Not nothing like what Preacher's Day Off was eating earlier.
Right. Well, it's nowhere near that. It's
Or,
just
order you something like a nice crab or
I was thinking just a salmon roll. Either spicy or
I
regular.
was gonna say that or a spicy salmon roll. Yeah.
Do you like tuna, Jamie?
That's all right. It's
Okay. So if you like that crap they put in the can, eat you some raw tuna. You'll be a changed man. That is what tuna's supposed to taste like. That is what salmon's supposed to taste like. If I ever go to Alaska and I'm in a trout or in a stream fishing for salmon and I catch one, me and the bear are going to have a fight about it. Because raw salmon is fan-dang-tastic, sir.
What's you guys' sauce preference on your sushi?
I just use a little bit of wasabi. I got to stay away from the soy sauce because of the sodium. But
For me, I'm just soy sauce. I eat wasabi here and there, but 99% of the time, I really just enjoy the soy sauce on there.
I just can't do that.
I don't want to take away too much from the flavor of the natural fish.
Yeah,
The
I'll do mine plain,
salmon is
or I
great.
like to mix what is it, eel
Wasabi and
sauce with
soy sauce.
wasabi. And
Yep.
eel. I'd like eel. I don't do the wasabi.
Yeah,
Eel,
I do
eel is
wasabi,
probably one of my favorites.
the
Yeah.
wasabi, soy sauce, and the ginger that they give you. Mix it all together, and that's what I dunk in.
The
Yep.
ginger is meant to cleanse your palate, man. Between
Man,
If
I
you've
don't-
never
He
tried
cleansing
eel,
it when he swallowed that bite.
he's cleansing the hell out of his palate.
if you guys have never tried eel, I encourage you to go out and try eel because eel is
Yeah.
probably one of the best fish I've ever eaten in my life.
Mhm.
I love eel. Eel is just absolutely freaking fantastic. It's better than I really can't say it's better than salmon because if you get a really nice salmon, you really can't compare the two. But it's up there. It's high.
Good night, Fuzzy. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. It was always good.
Night,
And
Fuzzy.
Daniel too.
Was Daniel out too?
So I got a question for Jamie.
All right.
Today's show was very interesting, but it went from this to food.
Just shooting connections like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll tell you, if anybody's out there, and I'm just, I don't want to say I'm cheap. I'm frugal. You know, reloaders are frugal, and I try to be the most effective when I'm doing stuff. So look, this is what I do. I was gonna throw this out earlier, but we was talking about deer and elk and everything. So look, reloading manuals. You ever go through your reloading manuals and you're like, man, what page was I on? Right? What page was I on? And then you might make your own markers, like this out of paper. Dollar Tree It's got the flag. You can put it on there. It makes whatever page you're looking for easier to find. That's what I was gonna throw out. It's real cheap. These are $1, and it's 400. You ain't gonna use that many. I hope not. But it's 400. Flags.
You got 400 loads. You got a lot going on.
Right.
All my
the different
reloading
sizes,
manuals, you got scraps of paper, business cards, and that's how I
Yeah.
mark everything.
That's how my books. I got business cards and stuff like that. But I got these flags. It makes it just easier to find, and they make those flags in different sizes. So like this
What,
is
what I was saying, what I was saying earlier. Hold that up, Chico. Hold that up. Hold that back up. No, the book. All right, that's the 50th edition Lyman. Now, if you're just shooting regular calibers, like your normal pistol stuff, your normal rifle stuff, the 49th edition is still available, and it's a lot cheaper than the 50th edition. The 50th edition doesn't have any new data for normal calibers. It's got oddball calibers that have come out since the 49th edition. There's a lot of 6.5 Creedmoor Grendel. There's a lot of that kind of data in there. But if you're not shooting any of that newer stuff, get the 49th edition. You can pick that thing up on Amazon for $10-$12.
Yeah, 49th, or even some of the manuals. A lot of people are talking about. Some of it has better load data, and that's interpretation. Depending on what you're loading for. Because even the 48th, but you, like he said, you can find them on Amazon, and if you can find it used, none of the pages are missing.
One thing we all
another part to that too. It depends how many calibers you're loading. If you're just loading one caliber, look for that one specific book.
Yeah.
I have books, and I bought them purposely, and I still have other books on top of that. But I have books that are specific to one caliber. It cost me $5-$6.
Yeah, I got a couple of those.
And I got them so that I
we
can
all need
compare
to start
the data
to come out with a brand new cast iron or cast lead bullet handbook, because the one that Jamie's got, which is the most current one that Lyman has, I think is from 1984, isn't it?
I believe so.
2010.
It's from when?
2010. This is the 4th edition, but it's
that's what I have.
it's getting some age on it.
It's
Yeah,
dated.
right. All that stuff transferred from older manuals, anyways.
Yeah, but then again, a lot of us don't own the specific molds that are in that manual, because that manual's older.
No, but again, to the point I made a few minutes ago, get as much as you can and compare that.
And that's true.
You always want to compare as much as you can, and then decide on what you're going to do.
Would you stop?
And
I wish they would. Sorry, Chico, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You first, lady first, always.
Oh, funny. I wish they would make them spiral bound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I really wish they would do.
There are still some companies that make the spiral bounds. I actually have a couple books over there that are spiral bound. But your larger books, unfortunately, are not. And I wish they were as well, because they're so much easier to flip through and get where you want.
It is kind of interesting to have to place a lead block on top of a reload manual to hold your place.
Yeah, Wallace in the side chat said he's got 30 years worth of Lyman books, and all of the info is the same, is exactly the same. But I know some calibers or loadings are left out, certain editions. I've read that on a few places.
And that's it. They add the newer calibers that are coming in. That's the biggest difference. They add the newer calibers, and that's pretty much it. And so that's why I'm saying, if you are just loading one specific round or two specific rounds, buy a book that's specific to it, and then just kind of get your load from there and kind of figure it out. Look online as well and compare some data with the manual, along with, depending on the powder you're using, go on the manufacturer's website, double check the powder with that website, and see kind of where you're at and make your load from there.
And if you notice, the Lyman 49th and 50th edition, they have removed RCBS and Lee and Seiko molds out of that. It's just strictly Lyman only.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, mine's hardbound. I picked it up at Adventure Outdoors, and they're sometime in 2020. The 51st edition should be out, which I read the other day. But you go from books like this and books like this. Um, Eventually, your reloading manuals turn into books like this, where
Yep.
Notebook.
or
And that's it. That's exactly it. You want to build your own manual.
Sterno is your friend.
Yep. I'm doing the same thing. I started developing my own now, from everything I've gathered. So I just go back to those notes and go from there.
I had a Sterno notebook like what Jamie was holding up with no, the spiral bound one that
this one.
we had developed down there at the shooting property, having a press mounted to the picnic table. And I got a bunch of people that I shoot with routinely, and I had all kinds of data for everybody's individual guns, what worked best, what powders, what bullets, all this stuff. And Johnny left it in the bed of the pickup truck during a rainstorm, and I lost all of it. Steno, not Sterno, whatever. I lost every bit of it. You couldn't read any of it.
So about 3 years ago, a good friend, brother, made this and sent this to me. And I have this that has where I can do all of my own load data and information. It's all pre-printed, written up for me, and I just got to add all my data and all that in there. And I will tell you, this was a blessing because, again, you're gonna kind of sit there and figure it out, play with the books, get the middle ground, and then kind of go from there. And I always go middle ground and then work up or work down depending on how that bullet fires, how it performs. But I always try to start middle ground. So this thing right here was a blessing, and lived for a while with the one brother that sent this to me and made this for me, and it's freaking awesome. If you guys can see that, he was nice enough to combine the American flag with the Scottish flag, and
I saw that. That is pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet. So I'm very thankful for that, and it's cool. And
One thing I do like about the 49th book is it actually has a chart like that in the back of it. The 50 does not.
Right.
And I was amazed that they didn't include that. I guess they figure everybody's got Microsoft Excel and a printer.
Yeah, so me, this is what I've been working with. Here we go. I had it for a while now, and I have everything here. 357, 44 Magnum, everything's here. 12 gauge.
Yeah, that's cool.
You have all these things here printed out, put my groups in here, my data, everything.
nice.
And that's I have all my
That is nice.
When
You're
I'm
way
done,
more organized.
You're awesome right there, man.
Well, here's
You are
mine. Well, this is a smaller version. Only thing different from mine and y'all's is I can take my sheets out and then
put 'em back
push them
in.
back in. Yep.
Yeah, I got 270 Winchester in this book, 35 Remington in this book, and 8mm Mauser in this book. I got 270s all I have in this one so far. No, the 358 Eagle is what I have in this one. And then that other one over there, the black one I showed you earlier, that's 3030 Winchester. So
Now, are you guys saving y'all data digitally too? Because I do both. I'll write and then save it.
I'm glad you said that.
I got a thumb drive, yeah.
Yeah, because
Personally, everything's in that book, and that's pretty much it.
Sharenda makes a good point, because if y'all don't know, Sharenda is on the Reloading podcast, and they would had that discussion on one of their live streams on a Tuesday night. And I believe there's somebody over there. I have to go back and check what the show notes or something. They have a PDF where you can make your own, load development. I need to go over there
Yeah.
and copy that PDF and save it to a jump drive. But I agree with doing it digitally and hardback, because if you lose, like Kyle said, if it gets rained on and it's not in a protected sleeve or something, you kind of SOL.
And then here it comes a year later, because we loaded up enough rounds. We had a reloading party at my house. Everybody brought their components and just used my press. And we stayed up till 4 a.m. until everybody was happy with what they had. And eventually, a year and a half or 2 years later, they ran out of bullets and came to me going, "What was that load?" I'm like, "That bullet Johnny left in the bed of the pickup truck." I'm like, "I don't know, brother. We got to start over. If you remember the bullet, we can get there a lot quicker."
Hey, real quick, Lead Bullet Junkies talking about the adapter for the rock chucker to convert your press to use the Lee breech lock system. About 2 weeks ago, I posted a deal alert on that adapter from Midway USA. I know I sent it to Jamie, but I posted it over on Discord in the deal section. That's why. And I think it was like, I don't know, 30% off for that adapter to adapt to that rock chucker press.
Yeah, I've got it saved in my shopping cart over there. And I'll probably order that in the morning.
It probably changed, but the price wasn't that bad. Even full price was like $9 or $10. I think the clearance price was like $6. We're coming close to the end of the show. Y'all, let me go through this side chat real quick before we get done. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. It was I see 42 of y'all, but my computers could be very wrong.
Yeah, there is 44 on my end also.
Okay. So I got Appalachian Reloader, Eagle Eye Shooting, Floyd Hicks, James Pollard, Jeremy Gunslinger, Jerry 1911, KFW, Hey Brother, Lead Bullet Junkie, MCK, OCD Outdoors, Raleigh, Single Shot, Texas Outlaw, Michael Signs. Y'all keep him and his father in your prayers. And if you can, get over there and help out with his GoFundMe. I'd really appreciate it. I know he would. Tread. Oh, that just moved real crazy. Mike Helster, Blue Hiller. Who else? A lot of y'all. Did I just draw a blank? No, I did. Single Shot, OCD Outdoors, James Pollard, Uncle Jim, Uncle John's here, Floyd Hicks, Willie Bullet Man, HMR Weapons Machinist, Mad Max, Gus Jeff. We're gonna have to meet him. He's in Georgia. Nikki Gunslinger, that's Mrs. Gunslinger, I'm sure. 6-shooter Texan Rollins is out there. Appalachian Reloader, if I haven't said you once. John Fazer, Jerry 1911. Everyone, thanks for being here. I can tell y'all, I'll start off. Look, I recently went to the range and I did my redemption squid video. Guess what? And it worked great. Guess what happened when I was done with the video? I was not recorded. That's some BS. So I'm gonna have to redo it. And I tried out some wad cutters. You guys know when I had that squib in my Rossi, I tried out different stuff. And believe it or not, it looks a mess, but it's 7 different loadings on this target. So, but I was PO'd when I found out my camera wasn't recording when I got done. So that's it for me. Sharena, what you got coming up in the future?
I got that shed hunting coming up, and turkey hunt, and fishing. Oh, and how could I forget this? The women's group that I hunt with, they asked me to be a board member, so I'm excited about that. We had our first meeting yesterday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hang on, Jamie. Can you post what Eagle Eye just posted? We were talking
Oh.
about this earlier before the chat. Kenny, I'm not joking. It's been raining for 28 days. I sent you a picture of the boat trailer parking lot. The one-way sign is 2 inches above the water level. It has been raining for 28 days. I'm not kidding. Am I, Jamie? Come on. He knows you won't lie to him. And Jamie
It's the only days that have been nice around here for quite a while have been work days.
Yeah, it has been raining though. I'd have to definitely agree. I think last week on a Saturday, I was like, "This is nice. I should have went to the range." And I'd be dang if Sunday didn't come around and it was like monsooning. So,
all right, Kenny, I'll send you a picture of me on a boat tomorrow because it's supposed to be kind of nice. Of course, the boat will be in the backyard, but I'll send you a picture of me on a boat with a gun. How about that? No, he thinks I'm bullshitting, and I'm not.
KFW, that'll be awesome if you can make it to Dead Zero, brother. I'd be excited to meet you, brother.
Yeah, me too, man. We still want to work it out, KFW, when we can have you on with us when you get a Friday night free. So, Scotsman, what's up, brother?
All right. Well, number one, I appreciate you having me on. If you guys haven't checked out my last video, please do so. As you can tell by my name, I'm not playing poker with Jack. So go check out the latest video and you'll understand why. With that being said, I have a couple things. KFW is out there, and I do want to thank KFW. He sent me a package a long time ago. Brother, I'm sorry. I'm so behind on packages, videos, and so much other stuff. But he did send this to me. This is the freaking StreamYard. This is the Nebo Lite. And I'm going to do a review on this. This thing is pretty sweet. Is a Nebo tax slide. And I'm very, very impressed with it. So I'm going to do a review on this here pretty soon. So you'll see that.
Be careful. It will blind you.
I will also say this real quick. If you guys have been following Kenny Eagle Eye Shooting, our good brother, he's working on the camera. I've been trying to help him out the best I can. And so for the back of the camera case, this is what you get. You get this guy right here. You get Desert Precision Gunworks. And on the front of the case, minus this little side strip, forget that. That's what you're going to see. So I've been working with him on this. I am going to get this out and test it. I've been trying to. Unfortunately, I'm in a state where the weather sucks. And I mean sucks. Bad.
No, that's my excuse. You can't use that.
So you got rain. I got snow. So we are going to hopefully get this out Wednesday down to Daniels. Put it out at least 200-300 yards and see what it does and see how it performs and hopefully get it to work. I've had a lot of trouble trying to get it connected to my phone, to my other phone, my old phone, and to my laptop. I had a lot of problems with it. So hopefully we can get it figured out. When I'm out there Wednesday, I will get a hold of Kenny while I'm out there and see if we can fix the bugs. This thing is pretty dang sweet. Pretty cool. So stay tuned. Lots coming.
Yeah, I'm way behind on videos also. so far behind. Mr. Ocean, what you got coming up? Very nice video today on that new bullet mold. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I got what I'm working on now is gotta go to the range, test my last run on my 308, and hopefully this is a better grouping this time. I also got the 450 Bushmaster to try out, and also do some casting and load up some of these to see how these function for me. So I got quite a bit of work going on.
That'd be pretty cool. I know Chico will be watching for some 308 videos. We're trying to get loaded up and get some projectiles that'll fly square straight out to 1,000 yards. So
Yeah, I've been working with some of that stuff, and when I go to the range, if I'm working on that 308 stuff, I'm probably not filming because I'm like in a zone. I'm trying to get this. I've got a personal goal to hit 1,000 yards with my own rifle this year, with my own reloads. Last year I did it with two people's rifle and two people's reloads, not my own, but. So yeah, I'll be watching that. Ocean. Thanks for joining us, brother. I really appreciate it. Look, and everyone, I know this turned into the Georgia shooting cuisine tonight, but that's okay. We had fun, and
It's the Georgia cuisine connection.
Georgia shooting cuisine tonight. But that's okay, man. I enjoyed it. People was talking about, how to prepare stuff, what game they like, but then we still got a little reload and stuff in a little bit. Some tips or stuff like that, but you guys know. So I really appreciate everyone joining us. I think we only got one person left.
here you go, Chico. Write that down.
Yeah, I'm screenshotting that, man.
I'm about to say, right?
Can I share one more thing real fast?
Absolutely.
If you guys don't know about Justice Final Mission, that's something else I'm a part of. I haven't done a video in quite a while, unfortunately. But Justice Final Mission is trying to stop veteran suicide. It was 22 a day. I believe it's down to 21. That's still 21 too many. Now, I work with eBomi and a bunch of other channels out there to combat this. And I reached out to a company because we've been working on the latest build, which is called Secret Squirrel 2 with eBomi. And unfortunately, the companies that we reached out to have provided no response whatsoever, which to me is very, very sad when an American company can't stand up and support the troops that provide the freedom that they have and the reason that they're in business. And I reached out to one company, Strike Industries, and they reached back out to me within about 3 minutes. And this was at 3 o'clock in the morning. That is a company right there. When they can respond to you at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, absolutely, let's talk and get on it, that is awesome. So to Strike Industries, I say thank you. Go check out eBomi. You're going to see a video here pretty soon for Secret Squirrel 2 for Justin's Final Mission. And if you guys, again, don't know about Justin's Final Mission, Justin served in the military for many years, and he ended up with cancer. And his biggest thing was trying to help stop veteran suicide. And so myself, along with Eric and a bunch of other channels, we get together and we try to help combat this and raise money. In the last 2 years, we have been the largest contributing fund, donation fund to that particular cause. So if you guys can help, I would really, really appreciate that. Check out eBomi, like I said, and you guys will see a video here soon from me as soon as I get the stock in my lap from Strike Industries. You guys will see that, and then I'll ship it out to Eric, and Eric will put it together, and Secret Squirrel 2 will be happening. So appreciate it.
Absolutely, Junkie. Y'all don't forget Strike Industries and Bear Creek Arsenal. They've been very supportive to this community as far as helping us raise money for our brothers and sisters in need. So, have we missed anybody? Everybody said what they got coming up. Kyle?
I'm seeing everybody talking about camera videos. Me and Jamie tried to make one. We were on the phone with Kenny trying to figure out the problem. And then it started to rain, and it hadn't stopped. I've got I've been casting, sizing, powder coating, and loading for Dead Zero. I've been real busy with that. I know we can't put any of that on YouTube anymore. Jamie, you and I are both at fault for not making videos the other day when we were down there shooting. But let's see. Turkey season doesn't start until what, the 25th of March? 20th, 25th, something like that. Do you know, Jamie? Do you turkey hunt?
I don't know yet, but I'll be out there.
We'll have a couple of more weekends to play around with it. But I mean, even playing with it here around the neighborhood, I'm not having a whole lot of luck with it. I don't know if it's the antenna or what. So, I mean, Kenny, message me if you want me to get a different antenna and put that on there and see what's up.
No,
I'm happy to do that. But what?
Eagle, if you'll send me a link to that antenna, just send me a link and I'll order it and we'll get you some stuff done up.
Yeah.
The one that you sent Uncle Jim, I'll order one and we'll put it on Kyle's camera as soon as it comes in. We'll go make some videos.
Yeah, me and my son were playing with it here in the neighborhood, and we weren't having a whole lot of luck with it. I'm not sure what's going on. It's the same scenario as when we were on the phone.
So anyway,
well, I know you're not gonna know how to fix it if we don't communicate. I haven't had a chance to take it outside. The son bitch isn't waterproof.
Put an umbrella over it.
I'm not joking.
okay. All right, with that, we'll wrap this up and get off of here. Like I said, Kenny, if you'll send me a link, I'll order the camera. Guys, everybody, thanks for everybody tuning in tonight. And we'll see y'all next week. Find somebody that don't shoot and take them out to the range. Anybody else got anything to say before we get off here?
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for showing up.
Good night, guys.